Hey everybody, how you doing? Joe and Tasha from the Scruffy Fam. We're back after a couple weeks off. We took some time off for the holidays, for Christmas and New Year's, and just to kind of recover from all the signs that we sold for our sign business. So with everything going on in 2020 and getting into 2021, we just kind of wanted to do our 2020 in review. Now, I don't think there's anybody that wouldn't say 2020 was a rough year, but we just really wanted to highlight all of the good stuff that happened with us and our family. So I'll go ahead and get started off. One of the first things is our nonprofit martial arts school had its first anniversary, and it went from about 3 or 4 people hanging out once a week to a full-fledged school of almost 50 people 6 days a week. So that school is still going. We had some challenges during COVID, but actually today, when you see this video, we're going back to our full schedule and our full classes. So something very, very cool that has continued to happen in 2020.
So another one, obviously, we're holding them right now. So the twins were born in 2020, September. It was a pretty rough summer being pregnant with twins, but I was actually really thankful to be able to work from home. That was definitely one of the silver linings of COVID, was that I was able to be home for a lot of my pregnancy because it was really physically demanding on me. And then even after they were born, I've been able to continue working from home and probably will be for a few more months still. That was one thing that when I found out I was pregnant, and especially that it was twins, I was super upset about having to leave them and go back to work. And then, of course, having my poor hubby try to figure out how to deal with 4 kids by himself all day. Because I know how hard it was just going from 1 to 2, much less 2 to 4. So yeah, they are definitely a huge good thing from this year. Kind of really, like, 2020 kind of flew by for us, mostly because we were so absorbed in the twins and my pregnancy and them getting here. Oh, bless you. That COVID kind of was an afterthought for us. I mean, it definitely affected things, but we were very distracted. And then even, like, Judah was in the NICU, and, you know, that went really quickly and really smoothly, and he's back home, and yeah, we're settling into our routine, and they're just getting bigger every day.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I think neither one of us got COVID.
It's been the healthiest year for our whole family.
Yeah, actually, it's been kind of crazy, as it has been like one of the healthiest years.
Good.
And yeah, that was a huge blessing, was that when we went with Judah into the NICU, we knew most of the nurses that were there, and it really flew by. Like, when we were there with Shiloh, we were there for 6 weeks, and it felt like it dragged. We were there for 5 weeks with Judah. There's only a week difference, but it felt like it was super fast. And I don't know if that was because of our experiences, because we were home so much, because we had one of the babies at home with Kira, but whatever the reasoning was, it went by way faster, and we're extremely thankful for that. Because if you have a kiddo in the NICU, it is all consuming. And for it to only be 5 weeks, and the fact that Tasha had plenty of vacation and sick leave from work.
Especially having started a new job. That was huge.
Yeah. And that was another thing of 2020, is I got to end my full-time job, and Tasha started a job. And so we'll cover later on down the road why that's so big for our family, but it was actually a really good thing.
So another really cool thing that happened from being able to work from home and be home more often is that our garden this year was pretty huge. We just kept adding more and more stuff to it as we came across ideas. And it got a little overwhelming come summertime when I was super pregnant, but, you know, we got to do a lot of experimenting. We really got to kind of know our space and get some really good plans for how to move forward this coming season that we're just about to start. Super excited about that, by the way. But yeah, that was really cool, being able to really focus on some of the stuff here at home. That also helped. She wants my thumb, apparently. That helped to really pass the time too. Having something at home that, you know, was thriving and growing, and then come harvest time and all the excitement about, you know, what are we going to harvest today, and having our chickens start laying eggs. So there's just a lot of really cool firsts for us. This is our first full year in this house now, so that was we got a lot of time to really devote to that, and that was cool.
Yeah, it was very, very cool. And I would have to say another huge thing Like, a lot of people were upset that you had to stay home with COVID. For us and our family, that was awesome, because we haven't had that opportunity as a family for all of us to be home with each other for extended time.
We were running like crazy on a daily basis.
Yeah, our family, there's a lot of reasons our family is nicknamed the Scruffy Fam. One of them is because our life is so chaotic, and it's a controlled chaos, but
Some days.
Yeah, some days, but we are always on the go. When you run 2 businesses, work another job, have 4 kids that are 4 and under, and a teenager, your life is busy, really busy. And so having it hit a hard stop, and really all of us being home all together, the relationships we've developed with our kids, and getting to know them, has been so much better. My relationship with my teenager is better. My relationship with my 4-year-old and my almost 3-year-old is so much better. And even Tasha and I have had opportunities to be with each other, and instead of her being gone all day at work while she was pregnant, she would be home, and if she needed something, I could actually help her with it, as opposed to just being running around like crazy. So that was another really, really good thing that came out of all of this, because our family really needed that connection. And as we go into this season of, it's going to get crazy again, just by virtue of what we do as a family. But I think that we're a lot more centered, if you will, going into it than we were before.
So another really cool thing that happened is my mom drove up from Arizona to stay with us for a little while, right around when the twins were going to be born. And she got to stay here for a pretty decent amount of time because we didn't really know when they would get here. We pretty much had a month window, and it's really hard to plan plane tickets around that. One of the things that happened with that was my parents had an old 12-passenger van that they used when most of my siblings were younger. I'm the oldest of 11 kids, and everyone except me still lives at home. But most of them, like half of them have jobs in their own cars now, so they didn't really need their van anymore. And so we were talking to them about how we realized 4 car seats do not really fit in our minivan if we want to fit the teenager. We were, when we got the minivan, we thought we were just adding 1 baby. And then we got 2.
Yeah. So when we found out we were having twins, mild panic set in for a whole bunch of reasons. But we only had 1 vehicle. We have a minivan that we got after Shiloh was born, because we had 3 kids with 2 in car seats, and a growing teenager. And we were like, okay, well, we need the space. So affordable option was a minivan, so we got the minivan. Then we found out it was the twins. I tried every configuration to get 4 car seats in the minivan, because we've got captain chairs instead of bench seats, and it wasn't working. It fits 7 people if those 7 people are not in car seats, or if only 2 of them are in car seats. So we actually talked to Tasha's parents about that, and they said, well, hey, do you want our van? And we went, what? It was really the thing. And so it's a 12-passenger van. It fits 4 car seats, the teenager, and stuff. And at first I was like, man, this is going to be a big vehicle for our family. It doesn't feel like that with the 4 car seats in there, because the 4 car seats take up 2 rows.
Pretty snugly. Plus the stroller. Plus we have a wagon for the older kids. It feels not tight, obviously, but snug. Cozy.
Yes. It feels cozy. Yeah.
And it's actually kind of weird for me because I kind of like grew up in that van, and now we're driving it for my kids. So there's some moments where I catch myself with, this is really strange, but it was a huge blessing. I mean, the van's totally paid off. We just had to transfer it to our name, and there's some maintenance and stuff to be repaired because I think it's 15 years old. But I mean, I'll take it. That was an amazing blessing for us.
Yeah, absolutely. Another huge thing that happened was our sign business, our Scruffy signs. We started an Etsy shop, and it was all kind of on a whim. Tasha and I went on a date night to this place where you made these wood signs, and
it was super easy and a lot of fun.
Really easy, and like, this wasn't too bad. So for Mother's Day, I made Tasha a little wood sign. We have a little Cricut machine where you cut out the vinyl and stuff. So I made her a sign, and afterwards, Elijah and Tasha were both like, wow, this turned out really good. Elijah said, hey, Dad, these are like the ones you get at Hobby Lobby. You should sell these. And I was like, nah. And they were like, well, it'd be kind of cool if we made like this thing or this thing or this thing. So we made a couple of signs and posted them, and it went nuts. Like in the first couple weeks, I had a custom order, then I had like 2 more orders, and then it just kept snowballing. And just one of our signs we make is we run a martial arts school. So I was like, well, hey, we should make a holder for our jiu-jitsu belts. There's only 5 belts, take a long time to get. Let's do a sign to hold them. Judah, you want to tell them about it? Yeah?
What do you think?
Exactly.
You like
right?
It? Yeah. Really?
Yeah. Well, there, he just told you everything about it. So, yeah. We had no idea what it would do. I really made it to hang my belts on, and we put it up on Etsy to see what would happen, and we've sold 40 of them.
Yeah, I honestly did not think that would be a very big seller, and it's been like 95% of our sales.
It's been crazy. So we hit 50 sales. We're over 50 now, but we hit 50 sales
right around Christmas
between June and December. So we started the shop in June.
Yep.
And it did really, really well. So it financed the car seats for these 2, bed for these 2, trampoline for Levi, and a whole bunch of other stuff that just wouldn't have happened had we not had that. So that was a huge surprise, because we did not go into 2020 saying, I didn't even know what
an Etsy shop.
I didn't know what an Etsy shop was, to be honest with you. So that was a really, really cool thing. And another thing I would say is that we had to do some shuffling around of rooms by adding twins and kiddos getting older. And we had a dresser that was left over when we got the house. And Elijah actually took a sander, went out for a couple days in the garage, sanded it down, painted it, put it in his room, and he had this huge sense of accomplishment that he took something and brought it back to life and is now using it. And it was a really cool thing for me as his dad to show him how to use the tools, how to make it work, and help him do that. That honestly, if we just hadn't been home as busy as our family is, that wouldn't have happened. So that was another really, really cool thing. And also this channel coming back. Because of the twins coming and because of our decision to urban homestead, we decided that we would start to share our journey again. We originally started the vlog just as a way to keep up with our family that was across the country in Arizona, so they could see how we were doing and how the kids were doing. And as social media availability increased and what you could do on it, we just stopped, because they would see us between Facebook and Instagram and phone calls and FaceTime. And so we really stopped the vlog. And then Tasha and I talked about it, and we have a huge desire to homestead. Right now in our situation, we live in a little town, and we have decided that we are going to urban homestead as well as we can. So we wanted to take the chance and tell you guys thank you very much for following us. This has kind of been our 2020 in review of all of the really, really good things that have happened. We're glad you're here with us. We thank you very much for all of your support and your love. We're really easy to follow. You can follow us online on Instagram at thescruffyfam and thescruffymama. Also, we have Gmail if you want to shoot us an email at thescruffyfam@gmail.com. And look forward to 2021 of a whole bunch of helpful stuff for the homesteading. We've kind of departed a little bit the last couple weeks with the craziness from our signs and just wanted to wrap up 2020. But
well, really, there's only so much you can do in the Midwest in winter. It's really cold and there's a lot of snow. So
yeah, we got our snow the last few days. I think
there's more coming.
There's more coming. Yeah, we had 8 inches of snow, and then we've got another couple inches of snow, and then there's more coming. So I joked in a previous one that I would do a video of me with the snow blower outside. I don't know if I'm joking about that anymore. I might do that for you guys. But anyways, thank you very much for watching. We appreciate all of you. Stay tuned for more to come for 2021. Because we're stuck inside, we're going to give you guys a lot more of the how-to videos of some cooking and some herb making. I see a lot of you guys enjoyed the do-it-yourself craft room. That thing has been freaking awesome.
Oh yeah, I'm so happy.
Yeah, I just sent 2 more signs out today, and I've got more going out too. So we thank you very much for following along. Stick with us, like and subscribe to these videos. You can see these 2 grow, our other 2 growing up, and just stick with us. Thanks, guys. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.